the story of the African parrot. This is my version. I've heard this story so many times, and I've heard it in different variations of the story, but this is my version. The African parrot. There was once an Indian man who traveled all the way from India and came to Africa. Don't know what country, but I would say he came to my village, to Tombia, and he found these very smart parrots, and he took one with him. He was so impressed by the way these parrots talk. Whenever you talk, say something, the parrot will reply you. And the parrot remember things that you don't even remember you said. It will remind you. So he thought this was such a great species of parrots. He took one of the parrots and went home with it. On his way home, he put it in a cage and took it home to India. He formed a great bond with this bird. Him and this parrot were friends. Nothing could separate this man from his parrot. The only problem was the parrot was in a cage, and the parrot was being fed in the cage, water given to it in the cage. Everything that the parrot needed, the parrot had, but the parrot was in a cage. The man, the Indian man, gave him everything. So 3, 4, 5, 6 years later on, the man decided to travel back to Africa for whatever reason he was going. And he asked the parrot, he said, "What message do you have that I can take back to your brothers and your sisters back home in Africa?" And the parrot did not say anything. Just tell them, he said to him, just tell them that I am doing very well, that I'm in a cage, and that you feed me every day, you give me water to drink, you give me everything, that I'm happy where I am. And so the man went to Africa and went back to my village, Tombia, and he saw the other parrots and he congregated with them, and he said, "Hey, look, your parrot brother that I took home with me a couple of years back sent you a message. He said I should tell you that he's doing very well, that everything he wants in life he gets. I feed him, I give him water, I give him everything that he wants in life." At the news of that story, one of the parrots in the meeting fell down and died. The Indian man was shocked. He said, "What? He died? Oh my goodness, maybe he really missed this parrot friend of his. Oh my goodness, what am I going to go home and tell my friend about his cousin or brother or mother or sister died on hearing this news?" So he was sad and he left. When he got back home to India, the young parrot asked him, said, "Sir, how was your trip?" He said the trip was great. And he said, "There's only one sad thing. When I went to your village, I met your friends and I told them your message. You said you were doing very well. You said that I fed you and I gave you everything you wanted, that you were in a cage. And when I told them this, one of them fell down and died." The minute he said that, the parrot in the cage fell down and died. What? The man was struck. He said, "My best friend is dead." So he quickly opened the cage and brought out the bird that died and started cleaning up the mess in the cage. And immediately the bird stood up and flew to the top of the tree. And he said, "You fooled me. You lied to me." He said, "Oh no. My brother back home was sending me a message that in order for me to be free, I needed to die. That was the message that my brother was sending to me." I hope somebody got the moral of that. In order for you to be free, you have to die. We're all in cages right now. Think about it.